Question: can crazy times in your life actually affect how you save? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money, and that's what we're going to talk about: how changing times or other things can affect your savings habit. Let's be honest, I cannot get to item specific for obvious reasons, but let's just say that every single one of us has been noticing crazy changes in life. Things seem to be happening more rapidly than they used to. That's how it feels. Maybe I'm perceiving it that way. Maybe I'm wrong to perceive it that way. That is at least my perception. And are we ready to make changes? All right, right behind me, you see this wonderful picture of what I call the dream stockpile. That is not my actual stockpile, as most of you viewing already know, but this is an actual stockpile of a friend of mine, and I call this the dream stockpile. Let me tell you something. This is just one of a few shelves, just for the record, okay, just to let you know. One of the things that is a nice thing to know: once a person establishes their stockpile of groceries, there is definitely that stability, which is what I think a lot of us are lacking. So let's get back to the crazy times. You put on the news, we hear crazy stuff. Again, I cannot get into it politically or anything like that, can't do it. But I know this, that times, like the old song, yep, you fill in the blanks. They are what? Changing. Times are changing. But you want to know something? I thought about something too. Times always change. Okay? So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, which can easily happen these days, or any day really, take a breath. Let's think about it. If times didn't change, if we remain the same, let's just take a period of time from a couple of 100 years ago, the horse and buggy days. I mean, if times didn't change, you'd be going to work on a horse and a buggy right now. If times didn't change, I wouldn't be able to have this message with you right now. So we can either look at changing times as a good thing and call it progress, or we could look at it as, a negative thing. Again, it's all how we look at it. Now, that's not to say that certain things that have occurred over time may not have been the greatest of things. And I'm talking about in general in life, not talking about anything in the news, nothing of that nature, just in general in life. And there are two things that we have to consider: our personal lives with our own families and how we cope with our own individual life as an individual person, and our immediate families, right? Now, circle, our close circle, and the rest of the world kind of life. But I can give you a little bit of good news. We can close down to a degree, not entirely, because that's not realistic, but to a degree, the ongoings of every single situation going on all over the place on planet Earth. We just can't live our life for every single situation. That's not, first of all, it's not possible. And another, first of all, I'll put it in two first of all, it's not possible, and on the same parallel line, okay? Not healthy. Because let's just take like a regular situation. Person sits down, watches the news. Now, it's one thing to watch the news for a little bit, get your information that your daily information that you need, the traffic, the weather, things of that nature. Fine. Even, basic headlines, fine. That's one thing. But when you find yourself, and it has happened to me, so I'm not acting like, oh, it can't happen. But when you find yourself too engrossed in the news, I don't really notice the news as the good news channel. For the most part, I would say 95% of that information is negative information. Can this affect the way you spend your money? Okay. So let's look at the past. Were there ever situations where you heard something on the news and you ran out and bought 100 of that thing? And then you realized, oh, wow, did I really need 100 of that thing, whatever that thing may be? Just saying, that funds could have been that you tied up for that 100 item, whatever, could have been using it for something else. Yes. So the news can impact our savings habits too. So here's I don't give advice. A lot of people thank me for my advice. You're very sweet because I know what you're saying. You're thanking me for my tips. I give suggestions, I give tips, I give hints, but I do not give out advice. I just don't. So for the record, I don't give out advice. Okay. But thank you for your kind and sweet words. But the tips and hints or suggestions that I give might help you. Maybe yes, maybe no. I know what has worked for me. Okay. So what I do personally is I limit how much stuff that I need to personally, mentally digest throughout the day. It is very important to have balance in our lives, or we're going to live an unhappy life, in my total opinion. Balance in our life is very important. What do I mean balance in my life? Like not be succumb to the media all day long. Using social media as the only form of meeting people. You know, there's something to be said about the human voice in person. There's something to be said over a phone call, even just a phone call, over a text message. Am I right or am I right? So part of staying strong during tough times is that. But the biggest secret of all that I could give is look back at our history, all of our histories, personal histories, tough times in your own personal life. Okay. Let's just say your life was going one way, then all of a sudden something totally unexpected happened that you were absolutely not prepared for. Car breaks down, refrigerator, need a new refrigerator, things happen, et cetera, totally unexpected events, right? But you get through it. You survived it. Somehow, maybe you ended up buying a secondhand refrigerator. Maybe you looked online how to repair your own car. And then that thing that was totally bugging you is now ancient history. So always remember that we were built and designed to get through the tough times. If you keep that in your mind, it will not be so bad. We were built and designed to get through not just the easy peasy times. There's no challenge there. If every single thing was easy peasy, you want to know something that'd be kind of boring in a way. So sometimes a little challenge. I'm not talking about earth-shattering challenge, but sometimes a little shaken up is a good thing because it keeps our mental and spiritual muscles strong. Okay. So we can do it. We've done this before. We have. There are many, financial ups now. Financials are not level flat. Financial situations, worldwide, locally, whatever, they're not a flat thing. The stock market, for example, does not go across the board straight like that, like on the horizon. No. The market goes up, the market goes down. The market goes up, the market goes down. And even on the worst of days, somehow, miraculously, we've seen markets recover. See? So we can do the same. I just want to offer you that little bit of hope that no matter what happens, keep the faith and always know we can do it. And we are empowered. There you go. Well, in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, tricks, chats, and everything else. And don't forget to come back, if you'd like to, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights every single week at 7 p.m. for my audio version of me. There you go. I'm going to look for the outro, and I'll be back with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye-bye.